This week, I'm going to do 2,100 push-ups to see what effect it has on my body. That's 300 push-ups every day for 7 days. Unfortunately, there's a problem. I work a full-time job, and my meeting calendar looks like this. Hey! So as you can see, I don't have a lot of time to get this done. So I better get started. I wanted to take this seriously. So before the challenge began, I took measurements of different areas of my body so that I could do the same 2,000 push-ups and a full mental breakdown later. To make things a little bit more exciting, I decided to add some challenges to what is already a challenging task. The first is 70 diamond push-ups. That means I can do 10 a day. Next, 100 push-ups outdoors. And finally, I have to take one progress photo every day. I can do 10 push-ups fine. So I'm thinking if I break this down 10 by 10 and then I do that 3 times a day, I should be okay. Morning, lunch, and in the evening. I think I should be okay then.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
In all fairness, this seemed like a pretty good strategy, but I vastly underestimated how tough this truly was going to be. That's day 1 complete. It's a lot more tiring than I had originally expected. I didn't think it would be this tough. It's hard, man. I've obviously put on a lot of weight recently. Let's see how day 2 goes. So day 2 update. A little bit tight over here in this part of my body. Nothing too sore or too strenuous. Weirdest thing though is that my quads are sore. And I know that obviously you're planking during push-ups, but I wasn't expecting them to be sore. So they sore, abs a little bit tight, chest a little bit tight. But I'm okay and I'm ready for day 2. A lot of people don't know this, but push-ups were actually the first form of exercise. They evolved from an ancient military training methods emphasizing upper body strength. Early forms existed in various cultures, but the modern push-up gained prominence in the late 19th and early 20th century through physical culture movements and military standardization. Refined and popularized through fitness regimes and athletic training, it became a widely recognized and accessible measure of upper body and core strength.
Babe, what are you doing push-ups for? It's 9 p.m.
It's for science.
Don't most YouTubers just fake this kind of stuff?
I'm not much of a YouTuber. So it's now the morning of day 3 and I am in so much pain that I don't know how to explain it. So my chest over here, underneath my chest as well. Thankfully, I've been doing all right. So I've been keeping up with the 300 a day. However, I must admit to you, last night I had to revert to doing the push-ups on my knees. So knee push-ups. Still a push-up. It was still challenging. I hope you don't hold that against me, but it was a long day. With that being said, we're going to kick off day 3. The sun is said to come out today, so I'm going to try and get as much of the challenges that I can get done today. So the push-ups outside, etc., etc. I'm still feeling okay. I still think I can do this. Delayed onset muscle soreness occurs due to microscopic tears in the muscle fibers during exercise, triggering an inflammatory response. This usually happens around the 3rd day after exercising, which explains why I'm so sore. But it is completely normal. So it is a bit cold, but the sky is blue. So I'm going to try and get as many as I can done today. Hopefully tomorrow is okay and then I can still do some tomorrow, but I think it's all good. Despite the pain and despite being sore, I genuinely felt okay. But I was not ready for what was to come on day 4. Okay, I'm officially halfway through the challenge. With day 4 halfway, so I don't even know how many push-ups I've done at this point. I can't help but feel a little bit emotional because I used to be in like relatively good shape, fit enough to do what I want, but I only have myself to blame for the way I am and for the way I feel right now. It was during COVID. I got COVID. It feels like I got asthma from the COVID. I'm not sure. I've been struggling to breathe, and I'm not sure if it's just lack of fitness or there's something I need to get checked out. But it's not an easy position to be in. So a lot of people were asking me why I did this challenge and why I want to do it. And besides the whole scientific aspect of it, of looking at what does it do to your body, I just feel that maybe this will kickstart me wanting to get back into shape. Because the biggest problem I have in my life is procrastination. I'm always putting things off. This video itself, I was meant to do 2 months ago. So yeah, if you've made it this far, a like is all I ask for. You don't need to subscribe. I may do another one of these in the future, but yeah, if you could leave a like, please. Do some push-ups. Come on.
Hey, don't ever let somebody tell you you can't do something. Not even me. You got a dream, you got to protect it. People can't do something themselves. They want to tell you you can't do it. You want something, go get it. Period.
Day 6, let's get it. Here it is, my final day, the morning of day 7. I cannot believe I've made it here. It feels like a century ago that I started this, but if I haven't already, I will explain all the changes I've been through, where it's sore, where it's not sore, surprising updates. But first, I have 300 push-ups to do and a challenge to complete. So let's jump into that. Day 7 was definitely a much better day, with the motivation of the finish line being so close and adrenaline pumping through my body, finally being able to finish this grueling task. I was able to get the last 10 diamond push-ups done. So my experience during this whole challenge is something that was very unexpected. Now, I've worked out in the past, and I know your muscles get sore 3 days after. You do a workout, 3 days after, it's the worst, because that's when they are essentially healing at that point. What I wasn't expecting, though, is this. So let me take you through the process of what I felt each day. Day number 1 was a shock to the system, working out for the first time in a long time. Wasn't like my body was sore, but I managed to get the push-ups done, all 300. I got tired, but there was no sort of pain or anything. It was just, 30 sets of 10 push-ups. Day number 2, bit of pain getting started. Okay, I was a bit fresh in the morning, so obviously getting started. The couple push-ups, the first few sets were tough, but once it started flowing, everything felt a bit better. Day number 3, however, this was challenging. It was very sore. I was very stiff in the morning. So where did I feel the pain? In my chest, towards the sides here. I'm not too sure what this part of your pec is called, but the outside of your pec, my shoulders slightly, and my triceps. That's where I felt the most pain. Now, day 4 was very emotional for me, which you guys saw. The reason it was emotional is because I had the realization that yes, I'd made it halfway and I can complete it, but also that I put myself in this situation. I didn't want to get to a state of being unfit or out of shape. So I had to come to terms with myself that, I need to take this a little bit more seriously. Day 5 and 6, I had turned a corner, but here's where it got interesting and surprising. So day 5 specifically, but also day 6 a bit, my joints, my bones were sore. My muscles were kind of healing. I was used to the pain. It wasn't anything crazy. My wrists, obviously from being like that, I had to start doing push-ups on my fists. My shoulder joints, intercostal muscles, I suppose, it wasn't really a joint, but there. And more specifically, my elbows. I was obviously changing my form up. So instead of just doing a typical push-up, what I was doing is maybe leaning a bit weirdly just to try and help the weak muscles, the struggling muscles. And obviously in overcompensating like that, my joints started taking the pressure, the tendons. So surprisingly, obviously, when you start fatiguing and you start pushing yourself past your limits, your body starts compensating for those changes, and the pain obviously goes somewhere else. So 5 and 6, pain in the joints, I would say, because wrists were sore and elbows specifically, obviously doing the same thing over and over again. And that brings us on to day 7, which we're going to complete in just a moment. But first, there was a couple challenges that I had to complete. Obviously, the diamond push-ups. This was just for a bit of a change. And then the final challenge was to do progress photos every single day. So here they are. 10 more to go. 10 more to go. You can do anything you set your mind to. If there's anyone out there who is struggling to take that next step, try to do something out of your comfort zone, even if it's small, even if no one sees it. Something like this, where I had to push myself every single day, make sure I get that 300 done. Use this as inspiration. You can do it. You can change who you are if you want to make the change. If I can do it, if I can not procrastinate and get 2,100 push-ups done in 1 week, I can do anything. So what's stopping you? If you're still watching, thank you so much for following me on this journey. Leave a like, subscribe. Maybe I'll do sit-ups next. I don't know. Goodbye.